Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here to share with you another weekly Wednesday. Let's make a 2468 box. This is a Halloween trick-or-treat box that I created for my neighbor friends, and I thought it would be super fun to share with you how I created this box. So let's get started with the supplies that you're going to need to create this. You're going to need a piece of designer series paper, either Halloween or a plain colored piece of paper that measures 3 by 9. And then you're going to need a piece of black cardstock for your box, and this is again a 2468 box, and you're going to measure that at 5.5 by 8.5. Oops. And then you're going to score that in your scoring in portrait position at 2 inches, and then you're going to score it at 2, 4, 6, and 8 in the landscape position, and that's why it's called a 2468 box. So 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then what you want to do is take your paper snips, and on this little piece here that's just kind of got a little edge, I'm going to come in here and I am going to angle that to the bottom, and then I'm just going to take off this whole piece right here. Just remove that whole piece, and that's going to give us a little anchor for the side of our box. And then what you're going to want to do is just come up and snip just like a normal box if you were making a box, all the way up to that score line. So you're going to go all the way up to the score line on that one, all the way up on that one, and all the way up on this one. And then if you want to miter your box, you can. I try to leave one not mitered just so that it can be the one that's flapped down. So I'm just going to take a little piece out of that one, and then maybe this one here. I think I'm going to leave the other two unmitered. So those two, I'm just going to pull those pieces out. And then you just want to take your bone folder, and you want to, again, just burnish on those score lines. And this is creating your super simple 2468 box. And we're just going to fold and burnish on all those score lines, and it's going to come together to make a cute little Halloween box. All right, so there's the burnishing. And then what I like to do for my closing of my box is get my liquid glue. And you can also use tear and tape if you prefer. And I just put it on that flap, just a little bit of glue there to make sure that it stays. And then I fold my entire box over, and then I get a nice even edge. And you can pick it up and make sure it's even, but just kind of burnish it all so that glue has a chance to adhere. And then that is your super simple 2468 box. Now all you have to do is fold in your flaps, and that's the box. So let's just go ahead and put a little bit of glue on each one of those flaps. Put that one down, and try to keep your box as square as you can. And then I try to look and see which one of these box edges are the better. Now this one I can see has a little piece of my edge on there. So I'm just going to, kind of trim that up just a little bit to make it a nice straight edge for when I'm folding down my box. Okay, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue right here. And then adhere that down. And again, I try to stand it on my thing so that it keeps it flat and it doesn't lose its shape. So paper cardstock, even though it's nice and sturdy, it still can tend to have a little give to it. So there's your cute little 2468 box that is ready to decorate. So we're going to bring in our piece that measures 3 by 9, and instead of scoring it, what I like to do is, my paper's flying all over, I like to just put it on and then kind of fold it over and burnish. I don't really score because for some reason when I do the box, it's just a hair off, and scoring just, it messes me up. So you can score if you want at 2, 4, 6, 8, but I find that it's just a little bit off. So I like to just kind of fold it over and then burnish it on each side. And then when I'm all done with that, then I bring it back in and really crease that so that it's going to go around my box. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our glue, and we're just going to put a little bit here on this box. You can put it on the paper if you want, either way, and I'm just going to stick it right on there. I'm going to try to make it somewhat even on the top and the bottom to get a little bit of black border. And if you want more of a black border, just cut your paper at 2.75 instead of 3. Okay, so that's my start, and then you're just going to wrap around, and then I have this little extra piece that it just adheres down. Now if you don't want that to show, you can tuck it up underneath here, and then it will not show that piece here. So we can do that. So we can just leave that part undone. It just depends. Sometimes it depends on the paper. It doesn't really matter if it has a seam or not. And so I'm just going to go ahead and go, like I said, on the box. And if you prefer to do it on the paper, that's totally up to you. I just kind of know about how much I'm going to need. And then I'm just going to go ahead and wrap that around, adhering it down as I go, and then it folds back around. And if you want to hide that piece, then just tuck it up underneath there. If the seam doesn't matter to you, then you can just put the seam on top. So it kind of just depends, and that is your 2, 4, 6, 8 box. And that is how cute that comes together. Now, what you want to do then is decorate. And I brought in, this is a little witch's hat and the witch's feet. This is from Bewitched, and it is a retired set. And if you wanted to stamp, I would suggest that you stamp on your designer series paper, or if you're using cardstock, before you put your paper around. It just depends on if you want to actually stamp on here. I would do that before I adhere it to my box. And so then I think I'm just going to take a couple Stampin' Dimensionals, put one on the hat there, and one down here on the foot. And let's do another one on her other foot. And that is all we're going to do with those dimensionals. I'm just going to pull those off and adhere that to our card, or I mean, it's not our card, our box. And that is how simple that comes together. And the last thing you need to do is just add your treats. You can put, I'm using fruit treats, but you can certainly put candy in there. You can stuff it with whatever you want to make it a cute Halloween treat. 2, 4, 6, 8 box. So that's all I have, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy creating these fun Halloween treats for your neighbors, family, and friends. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. And until next time, be blessed.